On this video, we're going to talk about overcoming common fitness challenges. So I'm going to talk about 5 things that you can do that will help overcoming those challenges. Those are things that help me personally, and hopefully it will help you as well. Number 1 is lack of motivation. A lot of you guys always ask me on Instagram and on TikTok how to stay motivated. How do I go into the gym every single week, being motivated and doing my workouts throughout the week and everything. One of the things that really helps me is setting realistic goals. Every few months I have goals that I need to achieve, and so that my workout plan would be based off of that. So for example, right now I'm going back into lifting heavy now. So my goals for the next 3 months are to stay consistent, making sure that my form is correct, making sure that I'm doing my actual workouts right, and making sure that I'm slowly increasing my weight every single week. And the second thing is finding activities that you enjoy that also would help you stay consistent. Personally, one of the things that I like, especially when it comes to fitness, is weight training. I weight train a lot, and that's one of the form of training that I do. And so making sure that whatever you choose is something that you actually like. For example, if you like doing yoga, if you like doing exercises like HIIT training, then go for that instead of doing something that you don't like or you have to push yourself to do. So starting from there, you're gonna slowly figure out what you actually enjoy and what you want to spend more time on increasing or getting better at. The other thing that really helps me personally is making sure that I have actual workout plan. Every few months I have different workout plan. So making sure that you have an actual schedule for your week, so you can go into the gym without excuses, knowing that this is exactly what you need to do, and going in there and just doing it. That is some of the things that really help me, making sure that I have an actual schedule. If I don't have schedule, then I'm gonna slack, but if I do have an actual workout plan, then I'm gonna go follow through it. Sometimes I might even do better than I was thinking that I would do. The other thing is surrounding yourself with supportive people. At the beginning, it's really hard to find people who support you, especially when you embark on your journey. For me, I was fortunate enough to have people who started working out with me at the gym. I stayed friends with throughout the years, and we were able to help each other figure out what workouts we needed to do and grow together. And so if you are just starting out and you don't have friends that have the passion that you have for working out or fitness, or even getting more of a healthier lifestyle, then making sure that you surround yourself with people who are at least supportive of your journey is really, really helpful. If you don't have those people in your life right now, one of the places that I actually really made friends with, people who even pushed me further, is in the gym. I know some of you guys might be scared of going into the gym and making friends with people. Literally by me smiling at people really is one of those ways that I made friends in the gym. The gym is not that intimidating of a place. I know you guys might think it's like a scary place to be in, but sometimes you just have to be yourself, and that's how you make friends in and outside of the gym. Sometimes at the beginning of your journey, it might be really hard to stay motivated and push yourself when you're really sore, when you're really tired and fatigued. In those moments, focusing on the benefits of you working out and being in the gym is really helpful. For example, personally, one of the ways that working out helped me is improving my sleep. I never really had problem with sleep, but having that deep sleep, even prioritizing sleep was a big thing for me, especially when I started working out, making sure that my sleep's a quality sleep. So sometimes even not looking at the vanity and looking at how your life improves in general is a big thing also. And the second common fitness challenges that I always hear also is not having enough time. I understand a lot of us have different seasons in life and everything, but making sure that it's a priority to you and you're prioritizing your day and your time schedule when it comes to you prioritizing your fitness journey. One of the things that really helped me personally is prioritizing my time throughout the day. So if I was spending time just scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, then I might just have schedules on my phone where every hour, if I'm on TikTok for 1 hour, my phone has like this message that pops up saying that you have got your limit for the day on TikTok. Then I'll get off the app. Another thing is if you're just spending your time with places, people's things that don't really benefit you, when your common challenge is not having enough time. One of the things that really helped me personally is just going through what I do throughout the day. Like literally I had like a notepad on my phone, and then every hour of the day I would just go in and just make sure I write down what I did for that hour. And that really helps me keep myself in track. If you are somebody who have other responsibilities, I might not understand, but it's for you to kind of prioritize your time, and this is more of a self-care thing that you might have to think about. Just scheduling whatever time you have. If you have 30 minutes in the morning, if you can wake up a little bit early, then that would be your time. If you can't do morning workout, workouts and you have 30 minutes after work, then that could be your time. But it's for you to figure out what time would work for you. Making sure that your time is accounted for is really helpful at the beginning. The second thing is breaking out your workouts into smaller increments. For example, if you're somebody who works from home, you can make your workouts work for you. So like you can wake up in the morning and do like 20-minute cardio, and then at lunch you can go and do 30-minute weight training, and then in the evening you might want to finish your steps for the day. You can even do follow along workouts, and if it's like longer workout session, then you can just break it into like 10-minute increments. Whenever you have a little bit of extra time, just do that. And another suggestion is to find whatever you do throughout the day, make it as an activity. So for example, walk on your stairs up and down for like 20-30 minutes for the day. If you're watching TV or you're watching a course or something, you can just go into the treadmill and just watch that, putting those together and building upon one another. So if you have to do one thing, like for example you have to watch a video, then doing that 30-minute cardio as well as you're listening to that video. And another thing is consider early workouts. I remember I would work throughout the day up until like 7 p.m. So what I did is I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning. My bag is ready, so I'll just take my bag, go to the gym, work out, come back, take a shower, put on my makeup, and then be out the door by 7 in the morning. That was something I did for a period of time, about like 6 months or so. You can do something like that as well. So waking up a little bit early and doing your early workout in the morning. And another thing is making sure that you have workouts that are more effective. Choosing workouts that will hit more than one muscle group. For example, squats, deadlifts, bench press, rows. Making sure like if you don't have a lot of time, focusing on those lifts that are gonna really giving you the biggest bang for your buck is really important. So you can just go into the gym for 30 minutes. For that day you can just do squats and bench, and the next day come back and do deadlifts and rows, and then come back again and do maybe lunges and hip thrusts. You're down for the week. Those are really a smart way for you to shorten the time and also work out more efficiently. Alright, so next up, one that I personally even had a problem with at some point is plateau. So sometimes when you plateau and you're not really growing, especially when you've been in the gym for a longer period of time, it's really hard for us that are now intermediate to advanced to grow muscle as much as somebody who is a newbie who's just starting out to grow muscle. So when you're a little bit on the advanced side of working out and you've been in the gym for a few years and now you're not really seeing the muscles popping anymore, you don't see like the growth as much as you could, then that plateau sometimes can make us not be motivated anymore to go to the gym and do the workouts. That's when you really have to push and mix up the workouts. So if you're plateauing and you're not really seeing changes in your physique, you're not seeing your muscles growing, you're not seeing a lot of muscle development and muscle definition in your body, then it's time for you to switch out your programming. One of the main things that personally I do is I challenge my body. During the summer I might train normally, I would just do splits and stuff like that, but during fall and winter I always lift really heavy, and that's for me to challenge my body and to literally force it to change and adapt to a different strength, different weights, different workouts and stuff like that. So when you're at a plateau, mixing up your workouts is really important, and also phasing your workouts. So during the summer, because it's really hot, you can do splits, you can focus on doing some of your accessory works, the fun workouts that we all love. And then during fall and winter, you can come back and train like a power lifter. You're making sure that you're moving as much weight as you can, and that's gonna help your body adapt into a different modes of training and exercise, and that's gonna help you get out of that plateau. Another thing is making sure that you're getting adequate rest. Something that I didn't personally do at the beginning. I used to train literally 7 days a week for almost like 2 years or so when I started, and mostly it is because I was so excited. I was so excited about what I was doing and everything. I was just going into the gym just to go, and I was just mixing up workouts. I was doing things wrong, I'm sure. But if you're not getting adequate rest, that could really hinder your growth as well. So making sure that you're incorporating rest times or rest days. It could be active rest days where you do like walks or hikes or something like that. Incorporating rest days within your workout plan is really important, especially if you want to grow, if you want to see changes. That's one thing that I really would benefit from at the beginning of my journey, but again, I didn't know any better. Now I know, right? Better late than never. Fourth common fitness challenge is also injuries. We all get injuries, aches, pains, and things like that sometimes. I personally had an injury on my left shoulder back in 2019. It still aches sometimes. So when you have injuries, then how do you recover? What do you do? If you're somebody like me who doesn't like to take too long off from working out, then it could be challenging because there would be a period of time when you need to recover and you can't do anything. Then what do you do, right? Personally, what helped me when I got my first injury back in 2019, one of the main things that really helped me was just listening to the doctor. I went to a doctor and I I had somebody look at my shoulder, whether it was broken or something, because I literally couldn't even lift my arm. It was aching that bad, like I had to hold it like this. So I wanted to make sure A, it wasn't broken, and then B, what was going on, so that it could be handled and worked on, right? What happened is I got like a little tear on my rotator cuff, and so I had to have some physical therapy. I had to have some downtime, about 2 months or so, that I couldn't work out. So if you're somebody like that and you have injury, make sure you're listening to the doctors. Go to the doctor at least and make sure you understand what's going on. What if you have an old injury? Then now what? One of the main things is listening to your body. The days where it's aching, those days you might just need to take off and just listen to your body and just have more of a rest day. The other thing is, before your workouts, make sure you're doing proper warm-ups, make sure you're doing proper stretches, and add mobility drills into your workouts. That is one of the main things that really helped me, making sure that I have some mobility incorporated before I start any workout. If you are not strength training at the moment, incorporating strength training is really helpful, especially when you had an injury, because sometimes it's not the side that's aching, it might be on the other side that you have like imbalances. So incorporating some sort of strength training where you do unilateral stuff, you start with the side where you have the injury on, then slowly move into the other side. Those are going to ensure A, you don't have any imbalances in your body, and B, is going to make sure that you recover and re-strengthen that area. The other thing is focusing on proper form and technique. I cannot say this enough. Making sure that you have proper form is the most important thing to your training in the gym or outside of the gym. Making sure you're working on your form without any weight, and then you can start working on your form with the bar, and then making sure you're working on your form even when you're under a load. Form and technique is something that you can never actually master. You always are going to work on it. The fifth common fitness challenge is lack of support or accountability. At the beginning, it's going to be really hard for you to find support from your inner circle. You might get people who judge you, you might get people who don't understand what you're doing, but honestly, understanding that A, you have to be self-accountable, and then B, you have to be self-supportive is really important. At the beginning, when I first started my journey, I didn't just start. I also started posting online at the same time. So all my family, some of my friends, everybody was like, what are you doing? When I started working out, it was back in 2017. So there weren't a lot of girls that looked like me, that were working out, that were in the gym, that were recording themselves. Now you can see them everywhere. But at the time, there weren't a lot. So when I started posting that, it was shock to pretty much everybody. And they're like, what are you doing? Why are you keep posting it online? But I was doing it to have myself as an accountability partner. I was fortunate enough to have people around me in the gym, especially, that were also like along the same journey as I was, that also had people who didn't understand what they were doing. So making sure you're your own accountability partner and be your own self-supportive, because people don't understand it. They might say something, you might hear something from somebody that you really admire, and you would be like heartbroken, but it's okay. At the end of the day, the only way that people can actually cheer you on is when they see you doing something. And when you do it at the beginning, it might be a shock to them because people don't like changes, but as you continue, as you grow, now when you're at a place where you have a platform maybe, or you know, you're at a great place where you have a great shape, people will come to you. I promise. They will come to you, they'll ask for help, because it happens to me every day. They'll ask for help, they'll be like, hey, what are you doing? Can you give me a workout plan? It is really important, especially at the beginning, to find gym buddies. I was so fortunate to find people around me at the time who literally were going through the same exact journey as I was, and they were my gym buddies, they were my workout buddies, they were my spotters, they were my film person. It was really cool, and I really appreciate them for that. And so at the beginning, making sure that you're finding people who are around you or even in the gym, befriend them, and if you guys can go through the journey alongside of each other, it's really helpful, because I did, and it was so amazing. Those are the 5 common fitness challenges that a lot of us go through, and these are my tips. I hope this helped you. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if you guys want more of these chats. Also, let me know if you want me to start like accountability group, and we can do that also. I will see you guys on next week's video. Bye.